Hey there, fellow trekkers. In today's video, we are going to discuss the advantages of an American moving to a country with a high degree of English speakers. Now, many people have asked me about this list, and the truth is there are many places around the world where English is widely spoken. In fact, the countries with the most English speakers might actually surprise you. A few of them I didn't see coming at all. But I also looked at all the countries that spoke English had high degrees of safety and a low cost of living, so you could pick the best country for you. All right, so first, here are the top 10 countries with the most English speakers. Not the ones that we recommend. This just happens to be the countries with the largest population of English speakers. So starting with number 10, South Africa. I actually didn't realize there'd be as many people there. South Africa with 5 million. They have 60 million people there, so it's not a huge percentage of their population, but still 5 million people. Number 9 is Germany. 12 million people speak English over there. That sort of makes sense. There's about 100,000 American expats that live there, so it's a pretty great country. I have a great video on that. I'll post it in the links below with my interview with my friend Ben, who moved over there with his wife Mallory about 2 years ago. He's actually having to learn Germany. That's part of their immigration policy, so that was kind of interesting for him. He doesn't speak German naturally, so he's having to learn it. But again, 12 million people there do speak English. Number 8 is Australia. 20 million people. I think you understood that. There's about 26 million people or so that live in Australia, so most of them speak English. Number 7 is Canada. Again, no surprise here, 25 million. The second language obviously is French. They have about 38 million people there, so only 25 million speak English as their main language. So that gives you a sense of how many people do speak French there. Quite a bit. Now, this one was a little surprising to me. I've met many people from Pakistan. I've worked with them. Their English is always pretty good. I didn't realize it was such a large chunk of them. 49 million people. I mean, their main language is Urdu, but they're right there by India. You'll see that coming up. So they pick up a lot of English. It's used for all their sort of business and bureaucracy stuff. So, yeah, 49 million people in Pakistan. Again, no surprise for number 5, the United Kingdom, 60 million people. That's almost their entire population, but given that the main country is England, and this is called English, that sort of makes sense, right? This is a country that might surprise you. There's 70 million people in the Philippines that speak English, but it's actually not that surprising if you're familiar with it. All the English, all the signs there are in English. The language, the alphabet is obviously the same alphabet as we have, unlike some of the Asian countries in that region of the world, like Thailand or Japan or China. So this is actually pretty common. You won't have any trouble finding Filipinos that speak English. Now, this one actually surprised me. I don't know that much about Nigeria, but 100 million people speak English there. I did not even have any inkling that was true. There's almost 200 million people that live in Nigeria, so virtually half of them speak English. That was actually quite surprising. It is one of the official languages. And again, this one may not be super surprising. The sheer number of 125 million people in India is kind of surprising, but again, the country has it's like 1.3 billion people. It is a huge country in terms of population. So only 125 million speak English, but that is a lot. And of course, if you've ever met anybody from India, they generally do speak fairly good English. So it is one of their main languages, obviously, Hindi being their first one. And you know it, you'll love it. Number 1, the United States. Now, I was actually surprised. The number that I found was 260 million. We have 330 million people in this country. Maybe that's a lot of kids that don't speak English yet, or maybe there's just that many people that speak other languages, which wouldn't be surprising. As much as we might argue back and forth, we are a country of immigrants. So the fact that there could be another, 70 million people that do not speak English as their main language, okay, I'm cool with that. But I still thought it was a little lower than I was expecting. Okay, so that's the list of countries with the highest number of English speakers. But I assume when people ask me, they weren't talking about England or Canada or even Australia. So I looked at only countries with a high or very high proficiency score on the English index. Then I cross-referenced that with countries that also have better crime statistics and a lower cost of living. So if you've been contemplating a big move, but you want to be someplace that's safe, you don't want to spend a lot of money, and you want to have a good chance of just chatting with someone about the weather without having to learn a different language, then these are the countries that I definitely recommend. All right, so number one is the Philippines. That's our first destination on this journey, and it is a beautiful country. Not only does it offer stunning landscapes and a vibrant culture, but it also boasts a crime index that is 11% better than the US. So that's great news for anyone that's concerned about safety. Moreover, English proficiency in the Philippines is actually quite high, so communicating with locals and integrating with the community will be a breeze. In fact, all their street signs and that sort of thing are all in English. It's very, very easy to get around. Here's a cute story. My wife and I were visiting her family over there, and their house is on the same property as an elementary school. So each morning, my wife and I would get up and we would talk to the kids, and they were very excited to see me specifically because I'm obviously American, and they probably don't get the chance to see many Americans in their small town. So one morning we're talking to the children, and this little boy was very excited to show me something. So he walks me over to this animal and he said, "This is a goat." And he was so sincere. It was so cute because he wanted to make sure that I understood in their language it's called a goat. Which I'm still laughing about that because it was so adorable. So somewhere in the Philippines, up in Buang, there's a little boy who probably still tells his family about the time he taught an American what a goat was. So I'm not going to forget him anytime soon. But let's not forget about the low cost of living in the Philippines, which is about 62% lower compared to the US. So living in the Philippines can offer an affordable and comfortable lifestyle, which makes it really enticing option for those of you that are seeking adventure and a lower cost of living. Next up, we have Romania, a country filled with history, stunning architecture, and breathtaking landscapes. When it comes to safety, Romania shines with a crime index that is 41% better than the US. So you can explore this Eastern European gem with a peace of mind. English proficiency is also noteworthy, scoring 595 on the English index, indicating a very high level of proficiency. That means you won't find significant language barriers when living there. And additionally, the cost of living in Romania is 57% lower compared to the United States, offering you an opportunity to stretch your budget while enjoying all the wonders that this country has to offer. Definitely check that out. Now let's turn our attention to Bulgaria, a hidden gem nestled in the Balkan Peninsula. Safety is a priority for many, and Bulgaria excels at this. The crime index is 20% better than the US. This makes it an ideal destination for those looking for a secure environment. English proficiency is also high, with a score of 581 on the English index, ensuring effective communications with locals. And again, the cost of living in Bulgaria is 56, almost 57% lower compared to the US. So imagine living in a comfortable life while exploring the rich history, the picturesque landscapes, and warm hospitality of Bulgaria. It's fantastic. Our next stop takes us to Poland, a country with a rich cultural heritage and diverse landscapes. Poland outperforms the US with a crime index that is 36% better. That means you can fully immerse yourself in the beauty of Poland without worrying too much about your safety. English proficiency is also remarkable with a very high proficiency score of 600 on the English index. This opens up opportunities for meaningful connections and somewhat seamless integration. Furthermore, the cost of living in Poland is 55%, give or take, lower compared to the US, so allowing you to enjoy a very high quality of life at a more affordable price. Hey, question of the day. How important is having English speakers around you? For some people, this is very important, but for others, it's not that big a deal. What about you? Important or not? Let me know in the comments. Okay, our journey now takes us to the charming country of Serbia. Known for its friendly people, rich history, and stunning landscapes, Serbia has a very good crime index that is 20% better than the US, so you can explore the vibrant cities and the picturesque countryside with confidence. English proficiency is also high in Serbia, scoring 567 on the English index. That makes communication much easier for English-speaking individuals. And additionally, the cost of living in Serbia is almost 54% lower compared to the US, allowing you to enjoy, again, a very comfortable lifestyle without breaking the bank. Now let's discover the allure of Hungary, a country renowned for its stunning architecture and rich history and vibrant culture. Safety is a top concern, obviously, for everybody, but Hungary excels at this aspect. Crime index is about 28% better than the US, so that's really pretty good. You can roam around the charming streets of Budapest or explore the breathtaking countryside without any major concerns. English proficiency is also impressive at 590 on the English index, ensuring a very effective communication with locals. And the cost of living in Hungary is almost 52% lower compared to the US, which allows you a very high standard of living and at a significantly reduced cost. Very good deal. Our next destination takes us to the Baltic gem of Lithuania, a country brimming with natural beauty, rich history, and a very welcoming atmosphere. The crime index is 30% better than the US, so you can explore the picturesque old towns, pristine national parks, and charming coastal areas with peace of mind. English proficiency is also noteworthy, scoring 589 on the English index, guaranteeing, again, very seamless communications and interaction with the locals. And the cost of living in Lithuania is 44% lower compared to the US. So I mean, that's really good. I really got to go over there and check that out. So picture yourself in the breathtaking land of Greece, surrounded by ancient ruins, beautiful blue water, and the laid-back Mediterranean lifestyle. Now, Greece is about the same as the US on the crime index. It's about 4% better, so it's still better, but it's very similar. So if you're kind of exploring some of the historical sites of Athens or unwinding on just a sun-soaked, beautiful island, you can relax and just enjoy the beauty of Greece. English proficiency is pretty impressive at 598 on the English index, so that again makes it really easy to speak with the locals. And the cost of living in Greece is 31%, almost 32% lower compared to the US. So again, this is going to give you a beautiful lifestyle over there at a very affordable price. Definitely check out Greece. All right, let's set our sights on Portugal, a captivating country known for its vibrant cities, stunning coastlines, and warm hospitality. Safety is really good over there. It's about 37% better than the US, so you can wander around the streets of Lisbon or check out all the beautiful coastline without any major concerns. English proficiency is also pretty good at 614 on the index, so that's really pretty high, which ensures a very effective and easy integration into the local community. Additionally, the cost of living in Portugal is 30% lower compared to the US, which is going to give you kind of the best of all three worlds there. I would definitely check out Portugal. It's high on the list for expats. All right, our next destination takes us to the modern metropolis of Singapore, which is a thriving city-state that seamlessly blends a diverse culture and technological advances. It's a country that I don't talk about that often because I've never been, and I really need to explore it. A very good friend of mine, a childhood friend that I just had dinner with, my wife and I, 2 or 3 months ago, I guess it was. He moved from the US to Singapore for many years. He raves about it. It's definitely someplace I should have visited when he lived there, had I been smart, but I didn't. But now I have to go. The crime index is 42% better than the US, so it is not a worry about that at all. The English proficiency is 642 on the English index, which makes it really, really high. And surprisingly, the standard of living is really good. The cost of living is 27% lower compared to the US. I actually thought it would be higher than that just because it seems like such a modern and kind of busy city. But again, being 28%, almost 27, almost 28% lower is a really good opportunity to experience a fantastic land from everything I've ever heard. If you've been, put something in the comments. I really want to know more about it. All right, so now we find ourselves kind of in the heart of Europe, and that is Germany. I mentioned earlier that my friends Mallory and Ben moved from Chicago to Munich, and they seem to love it. It sounds like a fantastic place. And I mentioned earlier, there's 100,000 Americans living in Germany, so you're going to be able to find a lot of different expat communities no matter where you live. The crime index is about 25% lower than the U.S., so still very safe. The The English index is about 613 on the English index. So again, very high proficiency in English. And the cost of living is not super low compared to some of the other places we've talked about 16% lower than the US. There are a few cities like Munich, which I think is very high compared to the rest of the country, but a lot of the country is really, really low in comparison. A fantastic country. My family is from Germany originally, back 100 years ago, but someplace I need to go. So definitely check out Germany. Next up is Austria, which I think everybody knows how beautiful Austria is. If you've ever seen The Sound of Music, everybody thinks that, oh my God, I'm just going to just spin through the meadows seeing the hills are alive. It's a beautiful looking country. It really is stunningly beautiful. And safety there, again, is top of the line. It's about 47% lower than the US. So you're going to be able to go through Vienna or any of the other large cities and the towns and just be extremely safe compared to the US. English speaking is really high at 628 on the index, so fantastic. And again, like Germany, the cost of living is lower, but not super low. It's about 14% lower than the US, but still, I mean, beautiful country, low crime, high English speaking, and lower cost of living. So what's not to like, right? Our next destination is Belgium, a country known for its medieval towns, world-class chocolates, and exquisite beers. And I guess they get fries and waffles, right? So very eclectic food scene over there. It's about the same as the US. It's about 7% better, but if it's within 10, I would consider that basically the same. Brussels is obviously the big city that most people have heard of or would have visited. Very international city due to all the various embassies that are there. English proficiency, again, because of all the various countries that have embassies and representation there. English proficiency is 620 on the English index, so very good. And the cost of living is, again, very close to the United States. It's about 12% lower, so not crazy low compared to some countries, but still lower. Very good English, similar if not lower crime, and really good chocolate. So, what else do you really want? Next up is the Netherlands, famous for its picturesque canals, the windmills, its vibrant cycling culture. Safety is really good. It's about 43% lower than the US. So whether you're in Amsterdam or out in the countryside, it's a really good, safe place to be. English proficiency, easy for me to say, is also really high at 661 on the English index. So that's really, really good. The cost of living is similar. It's about 10% lower than the US. So if you're looking to embrace the Dutch way of life while enjoying a more affordable lifestyle, then definitely the Netherlands is someplace you want to check out. Our final destination brings us to the captivating land of Finland, a country known for pristine nature, stunning lakes, modern design. Safety is really good at 42% lower than the US. So if you're looking to explore the streets of Helsinki or embarking on some sort of adventure in Lapland, you can do so with a sense of security. English proficiency is also really good at 615 on the English English index. So really a fantastic place. You can get along there very well. Now the cost of living is just a little bit below the United States at about 1.7, so very similar on that regard, but definitely a place that you want to check out for sure. And there you go. We've explored just a handful of countries where English speakers can find fantastic opportunities and incredible experiences. From the Philippines to Serbia, each destination offers its unique advantages, including low crime rates, a high English proficiency, and a more affordable cost of living. Remember, moving abroad can be an exciting adventure, so take your time, do your research, and choose a destination that aligns best with your dreams and your goals. Now, if you'd like to see a list of the top 10 countries where Americans should move, why not check out this video right there? If you're looking for countries where you can live on a lower budget, say just Social Security alone, why not check out this video? I think you're going to get a lot out of both of them. So, until we talk again, stay curious and keep on trekking.